All right, so here we go. We're going to be doing our miscellaneous segment. It's going to be about the NBA. We're just going to talk about. We're about like a month in at this point, maybe a little bit over a month.
Yeah, a little bit over.
Yeah, a little bit over a month. So we're just going to break down what we've seen so far. We're going to start here in the East. We're just going to go team by team.
Yeah, we're going to go 15-1 through the East and then 15-1 through the West and discuss all the teams.
15 in the East, we have the Knicks, 4-17. My team, Dave Fizdale.
He's out.
Probably yours fault. The Knicks team on paper doesn't look terrible. Like, they have like a lot of good role players. It's just they don't have a star. That's kind of what's killing them.
They're trying to develop the star, but I mean, on paper, obviously you shouldn't be 4-17. You could probably win a few more games.
And 2 of those wins are versus the Mavericks, which is the funniest thing to me because the Mavericks are 4th in the list. Not much else to say. Hawks at 5-16. John Collins suspension screwed them.
Killed them. Trae Young's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, Trae Young, probably one of my favorite players to watch in the league, but no John Collins screwed them. Cavs at 5-14.
Not much to say there, really.
Yeah.
They just got to ship Kevin Love. I can't wait to see where he goes. I really hope they don't hang on to him because that wouldn't make any fucking sense at all.
Bulls at 7-14. I'm actually kind of surprised by this. I thought the Bulls
you skipped the Wizards.
I skipped they're fucking irrelevant.
Yeah.
Wizards at 6-12.
Bradley Beal is
balling
out.
Balling though. Yeah, you were right about that. But like,
is Hachimura doing well?
I think he had like a few good games, but that's really it. Bulls at 7-14. I honestly thought this team would be a little bit better. Like, they have a lot of good pieces. Lauri Markkanen
has regressed very hard this season, is what I've been seeing in the games. And also, I follow a lot of Bulls fans on Twitter, like Kenny, King of Fourth Quarter, and like
Kenny Beecham.
This guy Rusty Buckets and
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
They're all talking about Lauri looks horrible out there, and he might be hurt. Which, in that case, they should definitely rest him.
Yeah.
And also, the coach, Jim Boylan, the team hates him.
Oh, really?
Have you seen those videos?
Oh, yeah.
The team hates him.
So
like, they do not give him high fives during timeouts. When he's drawing up plays, they're all, like, looking around and shit.
Yeah,
they do anything in their power to avoid eye contact.
It's like how the Knicks with Fizdale. Like, the Knicks last night were down by, like, 40. And it's the end of the third quarter, and it's literally a 40-point game.
The Knicks Twitter doesn't even post this.
Fizdale's like, yeah, let's go. Giving everyone high fives to, like, the fucking the G League guys who were playing.
The Knicks Twitter doesn't even post the score anymore. That's how bad it gets.
Yeah, no, the best was they kept saying battle to the end, but came up short.
Final in Milwaukee, period.
Yeah, no, it was bad yesterday. But I thought with their guard play, they'd be a little bit good. I guess they're kind of young still, so like Kobe White. Levine's been playing out of his mind, though, so we'll see what happens with the Bulls. The East is, like, so shot, though. Pistons at 7-13. Thought this team would be better.
Yeah, definitely.
With
Blake Griffin
and
came
Andre
back
Drummond.
at the start of November, middle of November. They should be better. Luke Kennard, they have a few good pieces.
Luke Kennard's been playing good from what my Pistons fans have been letting me know about.
I just think they're disappointing. I mean, they obviously have all the chances in the world to get back in it because they're in the fucking Eastern Conference.
Yeah, it's the East. It's so shot. You literally just beat all these bottom teams and you'll be right back in it. Yeah. Next up, Hornets at 8-14. No idea how they have 8 wins.
Surprisingly, even though they are 8-14, which is not a good record, they're the 9th seed.
Yeah, that's the East, and it's literally because they have 3 more
going
losses.
into the year. Everyone was wondering, will the Hornets like win a game? That's how bad they were supposed to be, and they're a few Magic losses away and a few lucky wins from being in the playoffs.
Because the Magic are here at 8-11.
Now it is a long season.
It is a long season. Thought they might be a little bit better potentially. I heard Markelle Fultz playing really good. Shout out Markelle Fultz.
Love to see
Finally back from like that weird ass shoulder injury, and he's playing some good basketball.
I don't think Vucevic was the type of guy you should have given that $100 million contract.
Yeah, I don't think Vucevic is your star player.
They got him for 4 years, $100 million, which I mean for basketball standards with contracts, $25 million a year is pretty good for a star. I just don't think Vucevic gives you that
star power
to get you like far in the playoffs.
All right. Next team in the East, our first 500 team. The Nets at 10-10, the 7 seed.
They had a rocky start.
They're starting to find it a little bit though.
Kyrie's been out a lot of games. Spencer Dinwiddie has been playing very well.
Yes, as Spencer Dinwiddie has always played very well. Yes. So
Harvard guy.
I don't know who else is really on the Nets team.
Jared Allen has been playing better.
Oh, that's good because he had some bad moments in those early games and the free throw shooting and all that. But now it's
got off to a rocky start. But I mean, in the East, you have all the time in the world to recover. Versus in the West, if you get off to a slow start, you may tank your whole season.
Yeah. Next team here, Pacers at 13-7.
When they get Oladipo back,
once they get Oladipo back, then they're gonna be a real threat. But if they're able to like stay double like 2-to-1 win-loss ratio, they'll be fine. For
I would love to see the Pacers make a run.
Yeah,
I think that they have a lot of interesting pieces.
Yeah, very quiet. Miles Turner,
Brogdon has been having an amazing season.
What a great pickup that was.
Jeremy Lamb.
Jeremy has been doing. I mean, very quiet pickups who have been performing really well.
The Pacers, no one was talking about him in the offseason. They picked up a few good pieces. Mm-hmm. They signed Sabonis to an extension. Yep. While him and Miles Turner don't play very well together on the court, but they're both good players.
Both good players. Yeah, you get them off the court. Whoa, Panthers fire Ron Rivera.
Really?
Wow.
Get
in the YouTube episode.
From the notification.
In the notification on the YouTube episode. Wow.
That's
love to see that. Next up here we have the Sixers at 15-6. As you'd expect, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been taking care of business. They've been beating some good teams. Not much to say. Ben Simmons made a 3.
And
Joel Embiid donutted that one game.
Joel Embiid went 0 for 11 from the field. They just got a lot
good
of
stuff.
Kinks to work out, but I think they'll be fine going forward. They're a very talented team. Mm-hmm. Their acquisitions have been doing well for them.
Yep. Next up here, we have the Celtics at 14-5. Kemba Walker playing really well.
Had that scary neck injury the other day.
Very scary neck injury, yeah, but he's...
Weirdos on Twitter were... praising it and stuff.
Everyone,
weird
they
ass
just
Twitter
want to see
accounts.
the Celtics lose, all right?
Yeah.
Jay Tatum and Jaylen Brown both playing inconsistently, but like when they're
Jaylen Brown contract doesn't look as bad as it first did when he first signed it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's starting to improve, which is what you need to see out of him if you want that $115 million.
I think this is right about where I expect the Celtics to be. I think they might drop off a little bit, but right around here. Next up, one of the more surprising teams in the East, the Heat at 14-5.
Love this Heat team.
Yeah, shout out Tyler Hero.
When Jimmy first went there in the summer, everyone was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" He knew the visions, man. Pat Riley builds a strong culture there.
You want to know why they're so good? They got rid of Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, Hassan Whiteside was
killing them. Next
Ready
up,
or not. Hassan Whiteside. If you haven't checked out his Snapchats, they're hilarious.
Do you remember the video of him like running in circles in the locker room? Video gets me every time. Next up, Raptors at 15-4. I don't think anyone expected the Raptors to be here.
Wow.
I really think Pascal Siakam is going to win Most Improved Player again.
That would be pretty.
It'd be like probably the first time in history in any sport. Like it's insane. He's literally like some of the stuff he does. Some of like those little clips of him are just
The past 2 years, Pascal has needed to elevate his game in 2 different ways, and he's done it both times. Because last year he needed to elevate his game to fit Kawhi. Kawhi needed a right-hand man, you know?
And now he's the team.
Now, this year, he needs to step up and be
he's
the
literally
guy.
The star player
and
on
he
that
is
team.
Being the guy.
Yeah. And then, at the top of the East, not much of a surprise, the Bucks at 18-3.
Yeah. Giannis makes
grown
men look like
Chris Middleton.
Clowns,
like that whole team is just so good. They're all playing really well together, and when you have a guy that's literally 7 foot tall but plays like he's a point guard on steroids,
fast. Covers half court in like 4 steps.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
crazy.
not fair. That's the East.
He just needs to put together that shot, man. I know we've been saying it for years.
Like any sort of outside jumper from like 21, 22 feet to the 3-point line, basically, he'll be knocked
People have been saying that for years, but I mean, I'm just waiting on it to happen, and he will just become unstoppable, and I can't wait for it. I mean, I think that he has a real chance to retire as like in the GOAT debate if he gets it together with the shot.
Yeah. So now we're gonna be moving into the West here. First up, can't believe I'm saying this. Warriors 4-18. Whole team completely died.
We feel bad for loyal fan Warrior KD 35.
Rest in piss. I don't have much. They're literally playing G Leagues and guys who weren't
playing guys that you've never heard of before, and you would have no reason to have heard of.
However, if they're tanking for James Wiseman, if they get the kid from Memphis who like got fucked by the NCAA, they'll be really scared. Like
next year, the Warriors are going to come back.
The Warriors are going to literally have a top 3 pick with 4 All-Stars.
Yes.
So
scary.
Very scary. Next up here, Pelicans 6-14. We're just kind of waiting on them to get Zion back. But Brandon Ingram's been playing well. Very good season.
Thought that the Pelicans should be a little better than this.
Yeah,
but I mean the West is hard.
The West is very hard compared to the East. Once they get Zion back, things might get a little interesting. Add a little star power, but moving on from them. The Grizzlies 6-14. Expecting this.
Ja's balling.
Ja's playing really good, but they only got that's really it. He's the whole team.
Not sure how Jaren Jackson Jr. is doing this year. I'm not sure.
A little bit.
But I mean, all you need to see from this year, if you're the Grizzlies, you're not looking for anything special. You're just looking for your young guys to improve
and wear those Vancouver Grizzlies jerseys.
Oh my god, those things are beautiful.
Exactly. Next up here, the Spurs at 7-14.
Surprising.
Very surprising. Thought they at least make the playoffs.
They have a lot of young talent.
A lot of young talent.
Derek White, DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, a lot of good guard
Lonnie
play.
Walker.
It's just like they're missing something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Usually the Popovich teams put it together somehow, but the West this year, I don't really see it happening.
Especially with how top-heavy it is.
I mean, there is a few... I feel like the bottom 2 spots here with the Wolves and Suns are up for grabs.
Yeah, but I think 6 and above are kind of going to be...
But time's running out for those to be... It seems like the West is starting to distance from the... Yeah. It's very top-heavy, as well as the East.
We have the People's Team, the Trailblazers, 8-12. Carmelo Anthony somehow wins Player of the Week.
Which is, I mean...
awesome. Great for the league. There's 2 sides of the spectrum. You're either Team Melo or Team not Melo, and you're Team not Melo.
Harden and Luka were both putting up numbers that shit on Melo's, and yet Melo wins Player of the Week. I mean, it just...
He's literally the GOAT.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can argue with.
It hurts my head.
He's one of the best players. No, he's not one of the best players of all time. I'm gassing. He's a Knick legend. But look.
But he's not, though. He's not. He didn't do anything for the Knicks.
He went to the Dome.
I never understood why Knicks fans love Melo so much. He got you guys to the semifinals once?
Yeah, he's just Carmelo Anthony. How can you not love Carmelo Anthony?
He destroyed your salary cap.
How can you not love Carmelo Anthony?
He destroyed your team chemistry.
All right, you get past that.
Ruined Knicks basketball for
you get
years.
Past that. So much fun to watch, man.
All right, that's why the Knicks are the Knicks.
Yeah, the Blazers though now with Melo will win the NBA championship. They're gonna make the playoffs. They're going to take on the Lakers in the first round. Game 7. Somehow they'll push it to 7.
Yeah.
Timeout. Blazers have the ball. They're looking to run
it. Melo. Bang!
Dame Lillard's like, Coach, give me the ball. Melo's going to stand up off the bench.
Listening to this hurts my head.
And he's going to hit the game. Melo fan, KD, 35. Melo.
All right, moving on to the Thunder. We can't talk about
Moving
Melo
on to the Thunder.
anymore.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Very good season.
That's your main guy. That's all you want to see. He's the Ja Morant for the Grizzlies, but he's the Ja Morant for the Thunder, basically. I mean, good development. You just have him get a lot of points, a lot of assists. Make sure he shows his playmaking ability. Ooh, guest dog star here on the pod.
What do you have to say? She's got
not much.
She's just gonna chill here. Next up, the Kings. The Kings, not at anyone.
I think the Kings could definitely move into this 8 seed. They're 9 seed right now. They got off to a really bad start.
I think the big thing currently is the Suns play until DeAndre Ayton comes back.
And he comes back next week.
Yeah, comes back very soon. If they're able to just maintain this, I think once DeAndre Ayton's back, they're gonna make a really good run.
I hope so. I'd love to see the Suns in the playoffs. I'd love to see D-Book play meaningful basketball. But the Kings, they have this same type of young talent. They have Buddy Hield. They have De'Aaron
as long
Fox.
as one of those two make the playoffs, it'd be quite nice.
Marvin Bagley's hurt, I believe.
Yeah.
And so is De'Aaron Fox hurt, or is it
someone
else? I know that they're banged up.
Yeah.
But
a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they just need to get healthy and outplay the Suns for this last playoff spot.
Very interesting how we're talking about outplaying the Suns here. And the Suns, once you get DeAndre Ayton back, you got to capitalize. Definitely.
Yeah. You got to go on a winning streak whenever he comes back. Ricky Rubio has got to keep up his level of play.
Kelly Oubre's been playing really good.
Kelly Cutie Oubre.
Yeah, the cutest player in the league. They have the cutest team in the league, man. Him and Devin Booker.
Yeah, honestly.
Probably the 2 cutest guys in the league.
Probably. Now that you mention it.
Now that we mention it, yeah.
Getting interesting on the pod.
Very weird talk there. T-Wolves, 10-9. Quietly. Did not know they were 10-9.
Same thing with Devin Booker. I'd love to see Karl Anthony Towns play meaningful basketball.
Karl Anthony Towns is literally a point guard that's 7'3".
Has been stepping it up this
playing
year.
Good finally.
Finally, he's evolved.
As everyone's expected him to.
2-3 years after he signs a huge contract, then he decides to pick it up. But better late than never.
Yep.
Would love to see them go on a little run. The Jazz are 12-9 in the 6th seed.
Yeah, interesting.
Donovan Mitchell. Mike Conley, I know, got off to a bad start.
Yeah, if Mike Conley finds his footing a little bit.
Finding his footing now.
I think the 6th seed is just where they're going to be 6th or 7th. I don't see them having enough to pass.
Honestly, I think the Mavs could move down to 6th. The Rockets will probably move up, and then the Jazz will be the 5 seed, I think
the Mavs might drop.
For that inevitable Rockets-Jazz first-round matchup that happens almost every year.
We get every year. Speaking of the Rockets, James Harden just dropped 60 the other night.
Which is just not even a big deal
at this point. In 3 quarters.
Which
That and 2 points. He still never scored above 61, which is kind of crazy. But they're starting to find footing, him and Russell. So I think that's big for them. Get those two getting together.
On Twitter, this guy called me drunk for saying that Harden is a better offensive player than Kobe.
He is.
which I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can argue that.
Yeah, James Harden's probably the best ISO player I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean the guy just hits from anywhere. Kobe was a cog that would stop your offense when he wasn't hot.
Yeah,
he didn't pass like Harden does. Yeah. Harden has good assist numbers. I mean, I don't understand how you could just latch on to Kobe like that.
You know who's getting called the next Kobe? Or sorry, the next James Harden?
Who?
Miles Powell. For the brand.
I'd love to see it for the brand.
But yeah, anyway, James Harden doing some incredible stuff. Somehow they win Player of the Week. Another guy that didn't win Player of the Week from the Mavericks.
Luka
Doncic. Mavericks 13-6 as well.
He's been playing out of his mind.
By the way, 2 of your losses to the Knicks. It's definitely, in my opinion, a 2-horse race between LeBron and Luka for MVP.
He's averaging a triple-double.
Yeah, it's insane. Especially everyone was like, oh, Luka's not going to be able to play in the NBA. Won't get used to the physicality.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
He's dropping triple-doubles.
He's literally going to be a superstar for the next 15 years.
Just insane. Mm-hmm. I mean, just like a little pudgy white dude is just doing this insane level stuff.
Love to see it. Next up here, Clippers, 15-6. And they're literally, it feels like they rest one of their stars every night. Yeah. So the Clippers are in it for the long run.
They're definitely going to just...
They know they're going to make the playoffs.
I just hope that... I mean, I don't hope because I don't really want them to win. But, I mean, if you're them, you just got to hope that everyone's healthy enough for the playoffs. No major injuries. Because your team's good enough to rest 1, maybe even 2 studs a night and still compete for a win.
Yeah, I mean, they literally have 6
You're just
studs,
that talented. So. I mean, Kawhi can rest all he wants. Mm-hmm. All the boomers are mad at that, I know.
Okay, boomer.
You're supposed to play 82 games, actually. That's why Larry Bird retired after...
like 10 years.
Sorry, Larry Bird was running to the ground after however many years he played and couldn't play anymore. Because that's why half those old school guys didn't have long careers because they played like that. So it's smart. It's Kawhi's decision. It's his body.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Next up here, we have the Nuggets, 13-4. Somehow played less games than everyone else in the league.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But
don't know what's going on with the Nuggets. They're 13-4. As I
know Jokic has not gotten off to a good start this year.
But the guard play has been really good.
Guard play's good. Jokic is fat.
Yep. Fat white guy. Yep. Fat white guys. Shout out Joe Flynn. Oh, shit. And then lastly, in first, the Lakers, 17-3.
My GOAT.
They really gave LeBron his best teammate now. Like, this is the best teammate he's ever had in Anthony Davis. And
there are holes in the Lakers, though.
Yes. As the other day, LeBron and AD both had, 25. Yeah. LeBron almost had triple-double.
They lack a third option because you already know LeBron and AD are going to explode.
They have Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Good way to keep a straight face for seconds on that one. Because LeBron and AD are at least going off for 25 each night, but then who else is going to step up?
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma has not been that guy yet. I would love to see him turn into that guy, but he hasn't yet, so you can't say that he is. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're getting it from KCP. Dwight Howard's there for his defense. JaVale McGee's not going to be able to give you that scoring figure. He's, again, just there to lock it down, be a veteran presence in the middle. Rondo's he's never been a big scorer.
Yeah, they'll get their guy.
I think will find a way. You know who they should make a move for?
Contavious Caldwell Pope and give him more minutes.
Kevin Love.
That'd be fun.
They got to give... I think...
Play AD at... Oh, wait, don't they have Boogie? Isn't Boogie out
Boogie's
for the year?
out for the year. Possibly could come back in the playoffs, but he's just going to get hurt again if he comes back. I feel bad for Boogie, but I think a Kevin Love trade would make sense if they need scoring.
Yeah.
But they have, no salary to move. So.
All right. So that covers our NBA segment, and now we'll be moving into fantasy football discussion.
Yes, sir.